On the 1st of March, in the year of our Lord 1150, I have been crowned King of Toulouse. The proposal had been flaunted within my court for a while, and I must agree, hanging the banners of House de Villeron in the Great Hall, and seeing our motto of justice for the downtrodden displayed in such a manner, would have my father and mother proud. And I am sure Bothilde smiles upon me from the heavens as well. I do look forward to seeing her again soon, both of us hail. Weariness has crept into my bones once more. The ghosts only chased away for a while from the travels across these beautiful lands. Yet I do not fear. My kingdom will be in good hands, and my brothers are leading their lands well. Alas, for now that the bishop had his moment and the celebration is over, I am tasked with organizing this new court to ensure it being well run once I hand it over. The newly crowned King Aldéric of Toulouse indeed has many things to do, so we will have a few more courtiers to invite. For now, everybody is doing their job as before, but we can probably, hire a royal architect. Now, can I? Yes, I can get the Queen to do it. Perfect, because she is actually very good at this. So the Queen will now be officially appointed the royal architect, and she shall be immediately put to public works for increased growth in the realm capital, which is going to cost a fair amount of coin, but that's what we are king for. Do we need a high almoner? He's in charge of distributing alms to the deserving poor and other subjects in need. Yes, that sounds like something we should be doing. And I could get the bishop to do it, but I'm not entirely certain. I do trust the bishop in this regard. So I think Bernard Ezi, my knight, shall take this and shall make sure that the ones in need are actually sufficiently taken care of. We could hire a court poet. I'm not sure we need that just yet. Same with the musician. We have people who would be very, let's say, court grandeur bonus as well. Well, we do have to keep a bit of an eye on our expenses. That's the same thing. We have a cupbearer who could collect extra taxes from vassals, socialites, and revelers. Okay, so that sounds like an excellent position, and it only costs me prestige. So we got Berenguela, who is the spouse of Baudouin, who is the son of Emmanuel and Piroshka, who have been with my court for a long time. So she seems to be making an excellent job of that, which is going to increase our court grandeur. A food taster. Do we need one of those now? No one is going to poison me. We could get a jester, but I don't really have anybody who is capable. I don't think we will need an executioner just yet, and I don't think we have anybody to do the artificer. Okay. So that's the new positions filled for now. We might increase these in the future, we could get her to extract extra taxes, but that would make people rather unhappy. So we shall not do this for now. We will just hold the option open. All right. Other than that, what else do we have to do? So we do have too many duchies under our command at this point. We can create another accolade, and we're a bit short on knights. Okay, so too many duchies. We've got Auvergne, Toulouse, and Languedoc. So what I'm thinking is that Count Ogier the Stout of Millau has been doing. If you remember back, Ogier was the problem child who had been sent to Gascogne to the court of Gascogne for a long time, and he came back actually being sort of the best of the bunch, I would almost say. So what I'm thinking is to make him a Duke of Auvergne, and with that we should be able to, I think I have to do it this way around. So if I'm going to grant him titles and he can become a Duke of Auvergne, he will remain my vassal, and and two of my vassals obviously will be transferred. So these two will be transferred to him, and he will become Duke Ogier the Stout of Auvergne. And I think that is a good way of rewarding his efforts, especially fighting the evil in the countries, and all the things he's done for me. I will do that. So Ogier is now Duke of Auvergne, and with that we have a new structure. So Duchy of Auvergne, homed currently in Millau, because that's where his home court was sitting, but he now holds the northern lands as well. So that is great news. And with that, I think what's next is that we actually have to hold court, because now that we are situated on our throne, and everyone is going to show up wanting something. But before we do that, actually we have to see if we have some artifacts. No, but what I can do eventually. So right now, I think all my artifacts are worn. I do need a crown still, probably a proper one. So we might be commissioning one at some point. But what I can do, so for example, if I had something that I would say I no longer need, or that has been inherited down for a long time, I could reforge that into a court artifact, and then have it displayed at court. So that's something we could do in the future. And court grandeur. So we're currently in administrative court, which is going to, depending on the grandeur level, reduce construction time and building costs, which I am extremely in favor of. We could obviously become a warlike court, but absolutely not something we're particularly keen on. So currently my court grandeur is at 25, but the baseline is 10, which would be level 1. So what we could do is we could expend additional coin to improve. Look at the queen. Who would have thought? The daughter of a mayor in the north, married into Toulouse for political reasons, and now she's Queen Eleanor. What we could do is we could improve the court grandeur by spending coin, and make things a little bit better. We're currently ranked 160th in the world, whereas the Holy Roman Empire is the most grandiose court. But look what it got them, really. All right. What we could do, food, I think, is a good way to improve things. So we'll have modest food. We could get. Not sure how many hostiles I'm going to be getting, but we could make the lodgings a little bit better, or we could improve our fashion slightly. So we go from last century to outmoded fashion. That would be an extra cost of 0.4. I think that's we can obviously go crazy. But we'll start with that for now. So if I do all of them, it's going to be a cost of 0.87, and that would still decay down towards the baseline eventually of grandeur level 1. But I think we'll do it like this, and then we will see over the time if the kingdom will be somewhat improved. Then we can increase these further, but that would be obviously expensive. And for now, we wanted to actually hold court. For now, we have some coin, but we do have a good amount of income at this point. So I do wish to spend the coin wisely. So that all sorted, let us hold court. that will increase court grandeur and legitimacy, and people will come in and ask for assistance. Okay, so let's see what's going on. Let's hear the petitioners. Sitting on my throne, I gesture for my guards to open the doors of the hall. A stream of people file in, some lining up in front of my throne, while the others move out of the way so they can simply observe the proceedings. After several moments, all movement in the chamber has ceased, all faces turn towards mine expectantly. In front of me I count 3 petitioners lined up in an orderly row, waiting for me to call on them. Well, let's hear it then. Who do we have? A foreign guest approaches my throne and loudly proclaims, "It has been a while since I arrived at your court. I have carefully observed how you rule and address realm matters, both small and grandiose, and I have been nothing but deeply impressed." Okay, flattery is the beginning. Among the French, there is an old tale of a legendary ruler from a distinguished dynasty. It is a story that my mother told me when she was young. She heard it first from her mother also long ago. And now I have the great pleasure of telling you that I think you are the legendary king of Franco legends. Okay, that is interesting. We are a legend, and I believe any true son of French surely would agree with that. Okay, so we would get a. Okay, so we could get a legend seed. Okay, and cultural acceptance between the Toulousians and the French. We could, this does the same thing, does it? Yes. Or we could tell the French to stick it. No, I think we are all of similar culture, and I think, yes, Toulouse would be the subject of Franco tales. Okay, that's good. Begin. A provincial merchant steps forward, clearly out of his element in my rich halls. I beckon. "Come on, man, we don't have all day." "Yes, my lord," he stammers. "I am Bérard, representing the disgruntled traders and freemen of Cahors, Quercy's greatest city. Archambault, our mayor, is a barrier to commerce and the town's interests. We humbly ask he be replaced by someone else." Okay, so he does not like the mayor, when I can understand why. He doesn't quite know what he's doing. He gets angry easily, and he does seem to spend money more for his own. So we could get rid of the. We could get rid of the. Who do we have? We have this man. He does certainly know what he's doing, although he is a bit of a vengeful person. But he's also honest, and that is something that's... okay, let's see. We could get... we could get an early election. We could get rid of the mayor, and we would get a tax contribution debuff for 10 years. But we could get development growth in the county of Quercy, which I do care about. We could make him the mayor, which has a chance of making things better, but also has a chance of making things a lot worse. So I don't think that is the way to go. We could ask Archambault and see what he has to say about this challenge. He could be. There's a good chance that he would pay me and loses some opinion, but there's also a 5% chance that things go sideways. But I am not entirely certain why I would gain stress in both cases, because I see nothing wrong with that. But apparently it is an unjust action. So we could also compensate the town's merchant, which seems to make everybody relatively happy. Or we could just tell him to stuff it and throw him in prison. So basically, we could purchase 20% development growth for 180 gold. That is not bad. I'm not sure I want the stress out of this, and apparently it is an unjust action. And and I don't want the debuff. This is not 50 development points, but this 50 towards the next point of development. Yeah, I think he is an irrational opportunist. He's bold, but is irrational. So he hasn't done a terrible job, but yeah. I think we will compensate the merchants, because that's it costs us 180 coin, which is a lot, but we do get the 20% development growth for 15 years. That is quite significant. All right, we shall do that. Duke Ogier stands before me, his face grave with concern. My lord, the threat of France weighs heavy on my mind. King Benoit looms across the border, he points, only days from the gates of Clermont-sur-Allier and House de Villerons' hearts. You must help fortify my lands. Auvergnan soldiers and fortifications are all that stands between Toulouse and ruins. So we could grant him fortification rights, which would cost things, and in terms of taxes, and my castle construction would be more expensive. Okay, or I pay another 180 coin, and we get immediate fortification. We must fortify the capital. Nah, nonsense. France is no threat. We could just outright dismiss him, but I don't think so. I think Duke Ogier de Stout of Auvergne is making a valid point here. We could try to reassure him, and we get 10 court grandeur out of it. But I don't like the fortification rights, so I think we'll spend another 180 coin to give him the frontier ramparts, which is going to improve his fortification levels, and is going to be making Duke Ogier very happy that his concerns have been taken into account. So Auvergne must be fortified. All right. As the last petitioner departs, various courtiers follow them out of the room, having business to attend elsewhere. Others remain, talking among themselves about the recent proceedings. Soon the ceremonial formality of the proceedings has dropped away entirely, and the hum and bustle of normal courtly life takes its place. So my business here is done. We gain some legitimacy and some court grandeur. Holding court can get expensive. Good that we had some coin to spare. All right, what's next? We could ask the Pope for more coin. I'm not necessarily interested. We could try to vassalize neighbors. I don't necessarily see that we would need to do that. But we can create another accolade, which is great. So who do we have next in line here? Adalbert. Adalbert is a bit wrathful, but he is a brave man. So, okay. But apparently, hang on. So I can create an accolade. I select a knight. Oh, there we go. Right, what could he be? Primary attribute. So we've got disciplinarian. No, so that would be herd contribution. Don't really need it. Not thug. Not interested. Contender, which would make the knight basically a knight, or Huntsmaster, which improves the hunter trait experience. What's the sec? Yeah, so we've got these. Okay, let's check with Sami, my master of the hunt, or Jean, my caravan master. Let's see what he would have. He could have Lancer. He's got a lot of things. He could have Lancer, which would be heavy cavalry damage. Yes, that's something I could do with. So that would be the primary attribute. And I'm still not entirely certain how to get these how to get these retinues. But his secondary could be archer, which would be making archer damage, which would also be good. Or we have idealist. That's also nice. Idealist would be a good one. Contender, we had that already. Lance and idealist. I think that's a. I like this. I like this acolyte. All right. The king's beast in the plains. Create the acolyte. Okay. And he shall be. We'll see whoever is the. There's no suitable successor, however. That's a bit of a problem. So if he's no longer, then the acolyte will be retired. Oh well, then we'll create another one. So that's that. We can change Duke Ogier's contract. No, I'm not interested. I think our contracts are fine as they are. However, at some point we may have to deal with the threat of the French indeed. King Benoit the Craven for now does not seems to be embroiled in wars in Andalus again once more. So not something, and yeah, he doesn't have the greatest grip on things to begin with. Not something we will deal with in my old age. I am just happy to have things running smoothly. The next question is, what can we improve around the area? Quercy, we might be able to upgrade the castles a little. Just to Duke Ogier has a point here that the castle in in Clermont-sur-Allier is a little. We've got a fair few empty holdings here where new things could be built. We've got Velay at the northern castles are not particularly grandiose. So far, the only castle level 2 is the castle of Toulouse. So I think. Fortifying Quercy would not be a terrible idea, so we'd need 500 coin to upgrade the castle in Quercy, and that's probably going to be the next project. And Eleanor really lives up to her reputation and has produced 155 coin in household savings. Well done. She is indeed excellent at these tasks, and I'm glad that we have her there. Duke Theodoric in Helfenstein is inviting for a hunt. Where the world is Helfenstein? That is too far away. Duke Theodoric of Swabia. He is my friend. We have met at the grand wedding, but that is far away. Do I really wish to travel 4 months? I must politely decline the invitation. It is too far away, and I have a newly founded kingdom to organize. So my presence is required at home as much as I appreciate the gesture. So a month ago, Mayor Archambault began clearing land in the forests of Cahors to prepare for settlement. Trees are uprooted, paths are cut, and ground is swaled. Archambault has now written Stuart Duckworth to request that his levy duties be reduced. Being anxious to complete the works before next harvest, he hopes to instead recruit soldiers for labor. Excuse me, I literally just bailed you out for incompetence, wasn't it? Yeah. All right. We could get development growth for levy size. We could do that in the entirety of Quercy, or we could increase troop size. No, take all the commoners you need. We have enough professional soldiers that we do not need to recruit everybody into the field of battle if that happens. Camilla de Villeron, my niece, she has gained some opinions for me, and she's the daughter of Antoine of Gévaudan. So she has apparently had some friendly contact with me. That's always good to know. It's good to get along with the children of my brothers as well. A notable guest has arrived, Luther von Arnim of House Arnim, and he has a claim of the county of Marsan. Where is Marsan? Oh, over here. Okay, that's nice, but I shall not shed Toulousian blood for the claims of others. I have an available trait, however. I could just take the golden obligations, to be honest, yeah, why not? This would none of this is I'm particularly keen, but we might be able to get some people to pay off their dues. Then again, who owes me? It's mostly my family, so really not that important. Well, instead we'll just go down architect. So we'll do that. My royal regalia has been improved, which now gives renown as well. That is great news. So this thing now gives me a piety, prestige, and renown. Nice. So that's already good news. We might need to get somebody. I'm not sure. I don't think I have a choice of what the thing's going to be, but something's going on here. What's going on? My bodyguard has a proposition. Has someone settled into his role, though not without some teething trouble? He has made no bones about the fact he thinks he should be better rewarded if he is truly to throw himself into his work. Come, my lord, am I in the service of the King of Toulouse? Shouldn't I have more than table scraps if I am to spend my days absorbed in patrols on your behalf? We could... We'll give him a small bonus instead. I think you're being too ambitious here, my friend. But you have been of good service since we have recruited you from the Holy Lands. So a small bonus is, I think, what he deserves, and that has improved his aptitude, which I am happy about. Looking at Quercy, the problem is that Quercy is actually a different culture. So, Saxon language it is. Quercy is actually a different culture. This is Occitan. It's not Toulousian, which means I can't actually upgrade because the Occitan culture doesn't have the battleman's innovation. This is irritating because the way to change this would be, can I see what culture? Yes. So we've got Toulousian culture here, but this is all Occitan culture. So I can't actually upgrade the castle. We could get my steward to promote the culture, but then he would have to stop development growth, which is really irritating because that's kind of what I'm looking for in Toulouse here, because the development also does spread to, I think it spreads to neighboring countries as well. So if we're looking at the development growth, from neighbors plus 1.2. So having a high development in Toulouse itself is going to spread out. Now, unfortunately, the Occitan culture, how far are they away from the battlements? 136 years. Okay, we're going to have to get these people converted. So once he has completed his latest development, then we will get the barony of Quercy the county of Quercy to start converting into Toulousian, which hopefully has. And which will then allow us to improve the fortifications in the north against a potential conflict with the French. The War of the French in Al-Andalus has been lost. The Caliph actually has won this, and with that, yet another misadventure of Benoit the Craven, who has fallen ill, has ravaged the reputation of France in the world. Now we can't build castles yet in Quercy. However, we could improve the castle in Beaumont-sur-Lez, and I think that's probably the second best. I would prefer Quercy, but that is going to take a while. So that's probably the second best thing we can do. And that actually, due to improved pastures, and I got some ideas for my travels, is significantly cheaper. So we'll be doing that, and that will allow us to build new facilities around as well and make everybody's life better. Anything interesting? Yeah, the problem with the Bistro de Plains is that it has very, very specific requirements. So we don't have anybody in court who could do this. Jean de Sablé has 20 experience in horse, and he is compassionate. So I need somebody who has 20 experience in horse and is compassionate, because these are the base requirements for the accolade. And these people are surprisingly difficult to find. So we will see how that goes. Meanwhile, plagues are spreading. Is this something we need to worry about? The Kaiser's pox. Oh, that could be bad in the north. And we've got the measles spreading here. But the pox is something we probably should have. We probably have to keep an eye on, because that has the potential to spread quite significantly. How is the Kaiser doing? Kaiser Otakar. He has the pox. Yes, his wife had the pox, but even when they married, and that is, yeah. We'll have to keep that out of the Kingdom of Toulouse for sure. Valence has come of age, and he is Midas touched. So Valence. She is Midas touched. So she's an excellent person, an absolute genius. She's the daughter of Charles and Oda. Charles is my best friend, obviously. So we will see. She's obviously of low birth, but we will see what her bright future shall bring. My friend Charles, whose family is unlanded, but whose family has been in the court for generations. So his father Ebon, and before him, his father Charles have been serving my family since 3 generations now. So he has come to me with a proposal, because he fears for the future of his daughter Valence, who he says is too good for this world. And he has asked, since she and my son are getting along very well, he has asked if the two of them could be betrothed. And who am I to reject that? As such, Valence and Prince Henrique of Toulouse have been, for now, betrothed. Henrique is too young still to figure out what exactly that would mean, but he likes her, and the two of them, that would give my friend's family a secure future, given that he has no sons of his own, and at the same time, could be worse. So Henrique betrothed to Valence, and the joining of my best friend's family and mine is something to be celebrated by seeing if we can give him the open terrain expert. So we will see if we can bestow that upon him and give him something along the road for the future. He looks bored after looking at the military tactics, so we go outside to a nearby grove, and he would be a great commander one day. Gains the open terrain expert. I do get a little bit of stress out of that, but I'm always glad to pass on any of my knowledge as my days move forward to my sons, and make them prepared for the future. That said, how's that plague coming along in the north? The smallpox. So far, it's classified as a minor plague. Let's hope it stays that way. But we'll see. Count Guillaume of Uzès, who is subject to Auvergne, so to my brother, has arrived in Toulouse to pay homage. He brings rich gifts. All right, we will receive Count Guillaume and do that. I wait patiently on my throne for the arrival of Count Guillaume, who is soon announced and ushered before me. He kneels in deference, and attendants bring forth his gifts of coin and precious objects. The oath is taken, and scribes record his pledges to serve the kingdom of Toulouse. At last I bid the Count arise, confirming my satisfaction and Guillaume's rights to the lands he rules in my stead. We gain some renown out of that, and court grandeur, so we are of noteworthy level of splendor at this point. I think we are, if we're looking at, not yet quite as the House of Bourgogne or as the House of Otakar, but getting there. The keep has been constructed in Beaumont-sur-Lez, and with that I think we can upgrade further. We can upgrade further. Let's see what's the expenses there. We can upgrade it further. So we can get the walls and towers increased or the surrounding farms. We'll upgrade the farms and make sure that everything's in order. Now I think I've just missed the rollover, but we're now going to begin promoting the culture in Kelsey. And that'll take Takul for Nassau a fair while. However, hopefully once that is completed, we should be spreading the Toulousian culture more around the kingdom. And I think that'll be a good task for him in the future. I approach my son Ulrich and snatch him by the collar, spitting. "Strike me!" He quails, protesting. "But you're the king. Do it, I insist, until I am hit across my grinning face. Fear nothing, boy, for if you can strike me, what can't you do? Try, strive, fail. Then you'll die for honor, love, or duty, all better than a meaningless deathbed. For God and Toulouse, I shall not fail, that's my boy." So with that, he has gained the brave trait. So he is just, brave, and impatient. These sort of things happen. But he is a bright boy, and will have a great future with Valence if the two of them decide to stay together. If he decides that when he comes of age he does not wish to marry her, then so be it. But we shall see how things turn out.